What's up, everybody? I'm not a software engineer, but I did start my journey learning how to do stuff in Blender, and I'm not very good at it. So I've been kind of doing a whole bunch of tutorials, and one of the instructors that I really like is Grant Abbitt, as you can see here. So I actually purchased his, I guess, the Skill Builder Modeling Challenges course that he put up for sale the other day. And kind of the first thing that I did was actually go through and create this little character right here. So I was pretty confident in my ability to do this without kind of following the instruction just because 'cause I've watched a bunch of his other tutorials, but I went through this exercise anyway just because 'cause I'm gonna go through the entire course, and immediately what I thought was, "Wouldn't it be cool if I, like, animated this thing somehow?" So I went ahead and kind of started doing that. So yeah, I basically just created a couple of different animations here. One of them is this walk cycle. As you can see, it's very basic, but what I wanted to do is export this FBX file with the various animations, and it is kind of magic how this works. But I wanted to see if I could basically take this character and make a controllable character in a game engine like Unity. So I actually did that, and as you can see, this is kind of what the results are here. Just to kind of go over what I have this basically my prefab character called Cube Boy, and it's literally the FBX that you saw in Blender. And then I also created this coin, as you can kind of see here. So what I'm going to do with this project is kind of use this same model with the animations, and then implement a small game in 3 different game engines, and the reason I wanna do this is just kinda see what the workflow is to go from Blender to said game engine. I'm starting with Unity, obviously, as you can see here, and then I'm gonna go with, Unreal next, and then Godot, and basically see what the workflow is and see which one I prefer, and then maybe do a complete game in one of those engines as I continue to build skills in that area. But just to kind of go over what we have in the Unity project, I used Gaia to generate this terrain, as you can see here, and then I used a free kind of grass texture to go on top of the terrain, so you can actually see the terrain right here. We can look at the settings really quickly, but it imported as some giant piece of terrain, right? And I kind of want this same level look to be consistent across the different game engines, just to see what they look like in the end. But I basically changed the width and the length and the height, so you kind of get this small little isometric looking quadrant of land. I'm probably using terms incorrectly all over the place, but I did actually use an isometric camera as well for this setup. And then basically just have a couple of scripts here. You can see in here, one of them is my coin collection script, which looks for this character with the tag player colliding with the coin, and then it will basically animate it upwards and consider it collected. Then I have a coin spin animation, which basically just makes the coin spin in place and also kind of levitate and go back downwards as well to give it a nice little look. And lastly, I kind of have the character controller, which basically has my, I think you can actually see it somewhere in the animator. If I go to the inspector and then go to Cube Boy, and then I guess I have to open my animator here, but you can see the, I think this is called the state machine, right? Which basically takes us through the different animations based on what is happening. And so that actually worked relatively well. You do have to kind of put some stuff together here to go from any state to jump start, for example, which then lets you go to the jump loop and jump land, and then get to the walk cycle, which we're about to see here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Relatively simple project, and like I said, I'm gonna expand this a bit before I call it done in Unity, and then I'll basically copy it in Unreal and Godot and see which one I prefer for maybe a future project. But I'll be sure to post kind of each iteration of this, and then probably a video at the end where I show everything. So just a quick little build and run, and we'll go ahead and call this video good. All right, so as you can see, you just kind of drop in here. I got my walk cycle that happens when my speed is above zero point 0.1. I have my nice looking trees that I got for free on the asset store. Got my coins going up and down. They have a reflection probe with that nice gold material. And then I can actually collide with them. And as you can see, they will basically just shoot upwards. I'm not actually like, I don't have an inventory that's saying how many coins I've collected, and also I can just walk right through trees. So there are a few things that I need to do before I call this well and good, but, ooh, yeah, this one's hard to get to. Keep jumping over and over. There we go. Before I call this well and good, also, I think my reflection probe is doing some weird stuff with these trees, so I might have to ignore them from the reflections if that's a thing. But yeah, this is basically it, and I will go ahead and keep showing my progress as I work on other engines. Thanks for watching.